DUNE could have been Jodorowsky's big break, his chance to enjoy the luxuries of a huge budget, his ticket to mainstream respectability. But the director seemed to have other things on his mind, approaching the project spiritually, mystically.
DUNE is much more than a science fiction novel. It deals with themes like the creation of a messiah, the ascension through different levels necessary to dominate over circumstances which are harmful to humankind. There are also the themes of a search for eternity, for superior mental powers, drug addiction, and basically of loneliness. It's the story of a man who develops his mind enough to reach a summit. But once up on this summit, he has lost human contact. To find human contact again, he has to try and bring all the human race up to where he is now. All the messiahs we know, from Buddha to Christ, had to face this question. As for Harkonnen, I saw it as a vision of contemporary man, a vision of a world where nothing is sacred, where man is born in a dustbin, where the whole world is garbage. Being an ardent adept at karma yoga, I am interested in the work I do, but not in the result of this work, neither good or bad. So, I deeply enjoyed working on DUNE, and for me, anyway, the film was made.
One of the first members of Jodorowsky's DUNE production group was the British sci-fi designer Bod Foss. Jodorowsky was absolutely thrilled with my book, 20th Century Foss, and out of the blue, I got a phone call asking if I'd like to work on a film in Paris. I was specifically brought in to work on the hardware, and I might add that there is not a lot of hardware in DUNE. But by the time Jodorowsky and I had finished with it, there certainly was quite a lot of exotic machinery. I was allowed a flight of fancy. It was a very personal film. Jodorowsky had taken quite a personal interpretation of the book, and we were all allowed, within his parameters, terrific leeway. No budgetary restrictions whatsoever. It was a designer's dream. Hey! One of the last to jump on board was H.R. Giger. The Swiss artist first heard about Jodorowsky's DUNE through Bob Venosa, an American painter who was a friend of Salvador Dali. Dali was to play the Emperor in DUNE, for a reported salary of $100,000 an hour. Dali met Giger and looked over his portfolio. It was Dali who later passed it on to Jodorowsky, and interested in what he saw, asked Giger to join the group. It was Giger's task to design Harkonnen Castle and the evil planet Caracas.
Harkonnen stands on rising ground, a sort of hill, and consists of jagged bones and excrement which slowly crumble into dust. More bones and excrement are continually being ejected by Harkonnen, which crumble and are swept away by the eternally raging storms. A sort of staircase leads up the hill to the castle, defended by spears built into the bones on either side of the entrance, which have an independent existence and often impale citizens just for fun.